Grand Rising, whores. Yeah, I guess we're gonna start being a little bit more transparent on this thing and stop trying to be so fucking formal. And just come talk to y'all and just vibe, you feel me? This morning we are doing my morning routine. And I've already gotten a few things started and out the way. If you want to figure out how I got onto this routine and the structure and everything, get my ebook. It tells you exactly how to go through some shadow work, healing, creating a schedule for yourself, prioritizing things that you need to prioritize. And there's also a spiritual bath recipe at the end. But nevertheless, enough of my shameless promo. My first thing we're doing this morning is going outside. It is finally above 50 degrees, which I didn't mind, but I allowed the winter depressions to not allow me to be outside. The sun is out. I need to be outside. Life is kicking my ass. And I want y'all to see me go through the journey of getting through this shit. So, I'll see y'all when I get out there. So I'm officially outside. I have all of my stuff with me. I have my speaker. I have my tea. And watch the door, and for my morning tea today, it's just gonna be hold on. It was a bit more distracting than I thought. My tea of the day today. Is you really finna pretend like you finna die right now? That's fucked up. Anyway, my tea of the day is sarsaparilla, burdock, olive leaf, soursop. A little bit of pardraco added in there. Mainly used to cleanse my blood, get rid of any antiviral, fungal, things of that nature, help balancing my hormones, and attacking this cyst that I have, mainly is what it's for. I have a cyst, I have a Bartholin cyst, and I need to be more consistent with drinking this anyway, but the herbs in there is used to help shrink the cyst, to create blood flow, and to try and enhance my lymphatic drainage the way that it needs to be. I'm gonna lie to y'all. There's a lot of weird, I'm not gonna say energy going on, because there's a lot of transitionings happening. And it can be extremely terrifying when you don't know what it is, but everything in the world is crumbling around you. And as spiritualists, we know that we're supposed to kind of just allow ourselves to feel, transition, transmute, and keep going. But I think today, what I wanted to do with this video is create a time for us to sit down and be a little present, because that's been my biggest downfall. Not allowing myself to be present and allowing, I hope you can hear me, and allowing myself to be swallowed up by my circumstances again. Grounding myself gives me the ability to really sit in my position and still being able to see things from a bird's eye view, without being too out of my body. So my words to you is to let's just be present in your body and what it is that you're dealing with. Someone said yesterday, she was like, how do I get connected to my guides and my spirit people? And I'm just like, you were connected to them before you even got here on this earth. You're connected to them still now. But because we are so in our lives, we don't hear them. We're not able to get the messages. We're not able to channel appropriately because our mind is too fogged up with everything else. So I want us to do a journal prompt together, and that was so rude. I want us to do a journal prompt together, and I want us to write about what parts of ourselves are we afraid of, and why? Or what part of this journey am I afraid of and why? Essentially, just deep diving on the things that you're procrastinating, the things that you're not allowing yourself to get into, the things that you're like, that's important, but I'll do it tomorrow when I'm in the right headspace. Okay, so I have my handy dandy notebook. I'm going to look into that myself, and then I'll come back to y'all and talk about what it is that I've come up with. Okay, so this sun is bright as shit. Okay, hold on. Alright, so that's not gonna work. It's my eyeballs. So I did my journaling, and as always, I feel like a lot of the times we know what the answers are, right? We know what it is that we're not doing. And so for me, I think a lot of the parts that stick out to me is the reason why I struggle so much now is because I don't believe I ever got the true support that I wanted when I was younger. And with just generally my chart and my sign, like who I am in general, validation does mean a lot to me. Not external validation from strangers. That really doesn't matter to me at all, which is my downfall, actually, because my family not supporting me the way that I want to, I need them to. Not that my family don't support me per se, but growing up, they did not pour into that dream specifically. Like when it comes down to my music or wanting to dance, like my artsy side of myself, that was a world that I had to create and sacrifice connection for to be able to experience in every way. For example, like my father wanted me to, like my family encouraged me, I'm not going to put any names on it, my family encouraged me to play volleyball, essentially because that would give me a scholarship to go into college and do whatever I needed to do, yeah? I did it through middle school, but I wanted to cheer. I got to cheer, got in trouble for some dumbass shit, and it was stripped away from me again. And then when I tried to do it again my 9th grade year, I told my father, and I was like, hey, I want to do this. And he was like, oh, so you can confirm you want to do this, but when I ask you this, you don't know. And that immediately shut me down because it felt like I upset him. It felt like I didn't get daddy's approval, realistically. Like he didn't approve. He was upset with me because I didn't want to do what he wanted, or I couldn't answer him. And so when I tried to present to him what it is that I do want, it became a problem. I've internalized that a lot. And it was also another event when I was 21. I moved out of my mother's house when I went to college, had to come back because of COVID, and then immediately left again after that. That's a conversation on its own. But I was trying to get my own spot. I was doing my damnedest to be on my own and to bet on myself. And nobody could or would support me in it. Like, my first apartment, nobody cared enough to co-sign so that I can get in there and try to experience life. Nobody was willing to bet on me. With my car, my mother was like, oh, you need to get a car. You need to go ahead and just go up there and get it done. I'm going to come up there with you. And she forgot. She never came. Even when I tried to make a really big decision in my life, when I decided to get married, again, nobody took it serious. Nobody fully supported me. They half-assed it all. And again, I internalized it, and that's how I treat myself when it comes down to fully betting on myself. It's not that I don't do it, because I step out on my dreams all the time, every day. At this point now, I definitely have grown. I'm more consistent with betting on myself, but I am conservative about the lot size that I decide to use. And I'm now at a point to where God is saying, either you're gonna bet it all or you're not. You want it or you fucking don't. And I want it. Okay, so I ended up doing a tarot spread, and it's really cute because it ended up looking like a heart. This is the spread. Can y'all see it? So the overarching message, actually, it's one card that I do need to clarify real quick, which is the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I want to know why that's like that. The 10 of Pentacles can ask you why you feel this need for stability. You know what's fucking insane? This shit is insane how it all plays out. All right, let's dive into this together. Because before I came back to the camera, I looked up all of the cards, right? But the one that I forgot to look into was the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and that was the one that I was low-key the most worried about. So that was the one I forgot about. So the 10 of Pentacles in reverse is, the 10 of Pentacles in reverse can ask you why you feel this need for stability. Is it helping you? Or are you just settling for comfort when you long for something else? Remember that sometimes becoming accustomed to a certain lifestyle, especially with an emphasis on money, may end up feeling like you never have enough. You may find yourself lusting after more, when in reality, you already have more than enough. Things to consider. Journal, write and reflect on your journey and what brought you here. Acknowledge your support and system and thank them. I literally, it was everything that I was saying in the message before when I was talking to y'all about my journaling and kind of like my responses from it. And so the overarching theme, I feel like, for today, and my mind is going more towards the Wheel of Fortune and the moon, yeah? Life has ebbs and flows. And like the Wheel of Fortune, it says in the reading, like, it constantly goes around. So like it can be good things, it can be bad things, but it's a constant cycle. But the way that you maneuver through it, how you allow the light to shine in the darkness, at the end of the day, how you allow that to guide you is the end all be all, because that's how you get where you are. And for me, my biggest issue at the moment, and it may be for you too, is finding validity in self and not needing the external things as validation, but self being the validation, your experience being the validation, your intuition being the validation, your gut being the validation. And I have been losing my routines, and every time I come out here, I realize how imperative it is to get my ass out here. And the King of Pentacles is just essentially speaking on truly finding balance in what it is that you're doing. So it's knowing how to properly look at the big picture and focus in on the small things at the same time, recognizing the details, not just seeing the grand scheme of things. And like the resistance to the shift, the things that's keeping everything from happening as fast as it could with this 8 of Wands in reverse, essentially is holding on to stuff that I don't need, that's holding me back, weighing me down, not allowing the change to come, and self-sabotaging through fear. Realistically, something's telling me to pull like one more card, please. Thank you. Because when you're done self-sabotaging and you surrender, and the Hermit's at the bottom of the deck. But the thing about this that's really doing it for me, I think, is her thing right here. Like, I don't remember in the Hermit theirs being so bright. Like, this is what's standing out to me. She's in absolute total darkness. Absolute total darkness. And all she can probably see at this point is maybe 5 feet in front of her. And that's literally how life feels right now. And I feel like it may be the same thing for y'all that's watching this. But like, it feels like we're walking through all of this, the shifts and the stagnancy, like this. Like, you can only see what's in front of you. Wow, instead of being mad at the light for not being bright enough, embrace the darkness. Because realistically, like, almost how it is with light pollution, because there's so many lights and stuff out, man-made lights, man-made things to light up the world. We can't see the stars the way that we need to anymore. And like, once you take that away, you can focus on the bigger picture. You can see the stars more. And those are the little details still. You can still see those details, but you can see the grand picture. It's when you stop being mad at this for not being bright enough to like expose everything, and you accept it for what it is and allow the darkness to swallow you. Or if you put it out, if you put out the how, that's what this feels like. This feels like the how. You trying to control the how. Like how the street lights are trying to control how light and dark it is at night. You're trying to control how things are being seen instead of getting rid of it and acknowledging the bigger picture, the beauty of it all, seeing the lights around you, the things that are around you that support you truly, and acknowledging it instead of being so swarmed in this little bubble of light that it gives you. Surrender to the darkness. I really don't feel like doing Pilates today. I did yoga. But the next thing would then be going inside and actively getting in the shower. Now, taking care of my physical routine. This is my spiritual routine, and then I go in and I take care of my physical body after I leave from here. Just because, like, I know it'd be hot. I'm from Florida. Sitting out in the sun, it makes no fucking sense for me to go wash my ass then come out here. So I come out to the elements, to the spiritual world, raw, naked, dirty as me. And then afterwards, after I've gotten everything, I wash away what I did not need, the things that I've learned to let go in this session. And then I cater and pour back into myself afterwards with my self-care. And then I'll take y'all along that journey with me, too. Quick hoodoo tip, too. If you order from Amazon, pay attention to your packages. You may receive brown paper. You can use that for your working. Okay, so totally different time of the day, but I did want to close out this video. I am going to drink me some tea, but I am also going to still make my soap. Full speed, so for the belly, don't need, leave all of your things, yeah. You stop at Gucci, stop at Louis V, yeah. Come on me, fly you out the breeze. Full speed, so for the belly, yeah. Speed post, baby, and make it beat. Waves in my ass, smoking weed. Been through the sand in the teeth. All because of what I did on beats, baby. Life sweet, baby. I ain't stop, baby. You just go get ready, we go out, baby. Long time looking for the process. Andre had to bounce, yeah. Come on me, leave all of your things, yeah. Get stuck with Gucci, stop it. Alexa, pause.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Alexa, pause. Oh, bitch, you're not playing. My bad. Okay, my bad. Wrong speaker. I have officially lotioned down and put on my PJs for the night. I am eating some grapes. Let's brew our tea. Today we're gonna drink the sensual healing tea. Get this from my job. It's supposed to help with govern how you experience sexuality, creative expression, emotions, calm the nervous system, and soothe anxiety. And quite honestly, I've been struggling in all of those areas a little bit lately. It's very like on and off again. So I want to drink that, eat some grapes, maybe journal, possibly read, and then that'll be my night. Yeah, I had to show y'all. It's so pretty. This is so stinking cute. Oh my god. I wish my nails were fucking done. Ah! Alrighty, you guys. So I did a little bit of my writing, my journaling. Kind of just did it as a continuation from earlier. I realized that I don't think a lot of my family was ever able to fully explore their femininity in a just way. Because I learned that my great-grandmother, my grandma's mom, on my mother's side, she was abused. I believe my great-grandfather was abusive and a drunk, and my great-grandmother had to survive through that. And my grandma, she's so quiet. Now that she's gotten older, she's not. But she used to be so quiet. You never really would hear her say much. Even when Granddaddy was speaking, she let him speak. And every now and then she may come and do her little thing or say her little piece. But no, not for me. Because I see the exact same thing in my mom. She quiets down. She doesn't say anything. She allows the father to rule the house. And she may come pick up the pieces later, possibly. But if not, as long as she can sleep next to, as long as he's not upset with her, there's peace in the house. It makes so much sense now. We took the quiet and we took the sit back and be quiet, or women are supposed to be seen and not heard, to a literal extreme. And my grandfather, he was in the apostolic church, and they could not express their femininity at all, their sensuality, anything. Like, they had to wear pants. I meant fuck. They could not wear pants. I mean, they could not wear like red nails. They couldn't cut their hair. They couldn't have the 3/4 length sleeve. Like, they had to wear 3/4 length sleeves. To this day, my grandma still wear long ass skirts. If the thing shows her ankles, she has on tights underneath them. The sensuality, fluidity, and expression of it has been so demonized for the woman on my family side of the family, on my mom's side of the family. And it really helped me, like, talking to y'all and then writing that down, thinking about my grandmother. She got married at 23. Her mom went through abuse. Not my grandfather, I don't believe, was ever abusive, but I do believe that my grandfather was in a way controlling, because they met at that apostolic church. My grandfather came down to that church. He found my grandma. They got married within the year or so. Like, it's so interesting now thinking about it and being able to really piece it together and see that I'm not behind. I'm light years ahead at this point. And like, I've always known that, but it's confirmed. I just have to make sure I don't do that, and I don't do that to my children. I feel like I'm in the middle of a karmic cycle being broken right now, and I pray that me and this person can get through to the other side of it, but I know that if we don't, I'm gonna have to just be like, fuck it, we ball. And it sucks to have to think that way, but like, making these final discoveries and putting these things together, it brought me a lot of clarity. And I just really hope that they can get it together so that we can break it together. Like, I feel like we both have a means of being able to break the curses if we figure it out and do it the right way. But I don't know if it's possible. I hope it's possible. I really do. But fuck, I know now. I know now. And I'm gonna just have to figure out how to truly maneuver and be steadfast in it all, because overall self-expression, being a woman and expressing your womanhood and being empowered by your femininity and the powers that it has, I wonder if my great-grandmother practiced, and when she met my great-grandfather, he made her stop, and then they got into the church. Because there's small practices that my grandma does, like blessing the home. She still do the black eyed peas and collard greens on New Year's. She's always sweeping and cleaning the house. The house is always clean. The house is never dirty. The bottom of our house is red brick. The top of it is a blue, or like a haint blue. Yeah, there's a lot. And then there's like a lot of women that do hair in my family. I'm pretty sure that my great-grandmother might have been talented in that, because my grandma's sister had hair all the way down to her bum before she ended up passing away due to a very tragic accident. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. We're figuring it out together. But this is enough of me yapping, because this is about to be 10 minutes, and I want this video to be engaging but not too long, because y'all spent the whole day with me, getting to see my spiritual practices, or at least kind of like hearing about them a little bit. I'm finna go smoke, drink my tea, eat the rest of my grapes, and wind down for the night. That'll be it for me. And I've been wondering why I have a headache. I have not been drinking water the way I needed to. So if you've gotten this far into the video, go drink some fucking water. Love you. Bye. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.